Welcome, everyone, to another episode of your favorite podcast, Create Your Joy. And coming to you are myself, Shruti Goel, self-love and empowerment coach, and my colleague and friend, Ivania Liang, who is a mindset and purpose coach. And we're just so excited to be with you. And the song that we're going to be talking about today is called Dating Myself by an artist by the name of Sad Alex. And it's actually a little play on words. The woman's name is Alexandra Saad, Saad, and she goes by Sad Alex. So I hope that you'll take a moment to play the song. It's a lovely song in its musicality, and we can't wait to dive into this song with you. And Ivania brought it to us, so I just wanted to turn it over to you, Ivania.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We are so grateful and honored that you're tuning in and widen your perspective the same way that Shruti and I like to expand our own perspective. I came across with this song and it said dating myself. And when I saw the title, I got curious. I go, well, what does that mean? What does she mean by dating yourself? Because as you are a self-love coach, and me mindset and purpose, it's like, how does that, goes into what we do every single day. And I listen to it, I listen to the lyrics and I go, oh my God, it is such an amazing song to bring into I Create Your Joy, because we like to create our own joy. And then that's the question, how can we do that? What can we listen to inspire us? What can we do to create our own joy? And not only that, but to become aware that you can create your joy. Do not wait for life to bring it to you. It's grab life and create your joy.
Beautiful.
So let's go ahead and then start. I can't wait. I'm going to start with the first verse, and says, I am not single. I'm just dating myself. No one knows me better, and it's better for my health. I'm fine, me, myself, and I. Put it in the time. Yeah, we're going to make it work because we don't struggle with communication. It's healthy, balance of honor and patience. Building something real so we can open up. Oh my God, I can't wait to explain all these things. I'm gonna break it up here and pause for a minute because there's a lot to take in. And one of the first thing is that I would love to normalize, that we getting to know each other, meaning myself, me, myself, and I, like getting to know who I am, getting to know who I want to be or who I want to become. And the word dating is used, of course, in the context when you're dating someone else. And what does that mean? Meaning that you get to know the other person. You're getting to know the other person. But if you bring it to you inwardly, it's getting to know your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and where are they coming from? What is it that they mean for me? Am I being conditioned? So like you dating yourself. So that's why I identify with dating myself, because we're doing that since day one until we die. And when it says no one knows me better and it's better for my health, that to me, what it speaks to me, because I've been doing, self-work and self-love and taking care of my mind, my body, and my soul, to me speaks to me that no one is going to know me better than I am. Of course, to a certain degree, someone is going to know me, like you know me, my husband knows me, my mother knows me, my sister, my brother, of course, they're going to know me, but deeply, deeply, I'm the one that really knows me better. And I'm the one, when it says for better, and it's better for my health. When I hear that, it's taking responsibility of my own health, not handing it over to someone else. And I really love that so much. Like, let me take responsibility for my mental health or for my health. And I love that. I'm fine, me, myself, and I. And when she goes into 3, the way I look at it, it's me, my physical body, myself, which is my higher self, which is my wise voice, and I, like the ultimate, like whatever you believed in, like wherever the higher power or higher source come from, is that. And I really love that she says that, like, let me take responsibility on myself. Putting in the time, we're gonna make it work because we don't struggle with communication. It's healthy balance and of honor and patience, building something real so we can open up. I really like Shruti, and I want to take like line by line, because they said we're gonna make it work. I like that, because it's not we're making it work and then we move forward. No, it's we're gonna make it work. We don't stop. We never stop learning of ourselves. We never stop evolving. This is because we don't struggle with communication. Once you have this inner dialogue that is always constant in your mind, you call it like the inner critic, right? And then I call it the lower self, and then also the higher self. This inner dialogue, we have to be, having this clear communication of who's speaking. Is it your higher self? Is it you that really saying that? Or is that condition in mind that you've been conditioned to? So that communication, is healthy, balance, and it's an honor. Because to me, when I hear honest and patient, it's that gift that is being given us. And what is the gift? Being alive, be in this earth, experience it, every experience that we can experience in this life. And it's an honor to be here. It's the gift. And of course, that she brings in that patient, and that's the patient that we have to develop to give our patience to ourselves, so we can allow ourselves to make mistakes, to fail, and to get back up. That's how, like, it's so powerful, these words. And then building something real so we can open up. When I hear this, building something real, to me is like building that we go back to that self-dialogue, like that inner dialogue that we have with building something. We're becoming friends with the lower self, which is the critic, that's always criticizing, that's always judging. Let's be friends. Let's be friends and be open. Let's make it real. What is it that we want to create, and what is it that we want to live in this life? What we want to experience, and it's an opening up. I love it. I can go on, but I'm gonna move into the other verse where it says, "Say it how we feel." We can preserve the trust. Yes, I know all my insecurities. Show myself my dark side. Those thoughts are nothing new to me. Following my heart, I can chase all my dreams. Yeah, I'm getting that bad with persons right inside me. Oh my God. And I'm gonna pause here, because I wanted to say, like, saying how we feel. Of course, I think, for me, when I read this, it's talking about that me, myself, and I. Like, I'm gonna say it what I really feeling. Sometimes we feel great. Sometimes we feel angry. Sometimes we feel anxious. Sometimes we feel uncomfortable. Sometimes we feel sad. Sometimes we feel depressed. Like, whatever feelings is going through, it's a feeling. We feel free to say it without being afraid. And I really love that. We can preserve that trust. And when I hear this, we can preserve that trust. It's like I'm trusting myself. That is only a feeling that is going through. That's not who I am. I'm not that feeling. I'm not that emotion. And I just love it when it says, I trust. And it's like, I trust myself deeply enough to allow myself to fall down, and knowing that I'm going to get back up and stronger. And also it says, I know all my insecurities. I love that, because you accepting yourself gracefully. It's not judging your insecurities. It's actually allowing them to be, so you can move forward, so you can work with your insecurities, sorry. And it says, show myself my dark side. those thoughts are nothing new to me. Following my heart, I can chase all my dream. And it says, showing myself my dark side. When I hear this, is that when we put ourselves in a dark place, we're able to see the light coming out from us, the light that we can shine our path, that guide that we need in order to come out of the darkness, out of pain. So I really love that. And it says, those thoughts are nothing new to me. When it says they're nothing new to me, because we constantly have all these thoughts all day long. But it's more like she's not being afraid or looking at those thoughts and letting go by. It's not engaging on those thoughts anymore because it's nothing new. Like, okay, I know you there, pass. Let me focus in something that it will bring me joy. And what it says to me, what it says here says, following my heart, I can chase all my dreams. So that is not holding that person back to chase that dream. It's like observing those thoughts only by not engaging. It says, yes, I'm getting that bad with person. Let me see if I can say this slower. It says, yeah, I'm getting that bad with that person right inside me. And these little parts, what it tells me is that it's talking about the lower self. It's talking about the inner critic that's always judging you, that's always telling you, oh, you're not good enough. What do you think you are? You're not gonna make it. You're not doing right. All those thoughts is like, I know that person, or I mean, for the lack of a better word, we identify like, okay, I know that, but let me move on. Let me push it away in a way once I recognize it, not pushing away without recognizing it, but becoming friend. And I think that these words are so powerful, Shruti, in self-love and self-care that of course we can just go more deep into it, but I can't wait to hear your thoughts and oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, what a powerful song you've chosen, Ivania. And I've been listening attentively to how you have been sharing your viewpoint. And I just love that. And especially what struck me is how you talked about the lines about showing yourself your dark side and, kind of getting to know those parts of yourself that we often feel so reluctant to share on the outside, or we may feel embarrassment or shame when we share it with others. And I believe that that embarrassment or shame comes up because we haven't acknowledged it to ourselves. Once we integrate it into knowing that, hey, this is there inside me, it loses the power that it has over us. And so I think in some ways, I feel like the overarching message of this song is it's not discouraging someone from dating another person. It's just saying, date yourself first. Be conscious about getting to know yourself, just like when you're dating, you're conscious about getting to know someone else. And I just love that message. And continuing in that, it has this lovely chorus that repeats itself. And as we know, those of our audience that have joined us again and again, that the chorus is such an important part, because whatever is the takeaway or the message from the song, the chorus will include that. And so here it goes. I'm not single, I'm just dating myself. No one knows me better, and it's better for my health. I'm fine, me, myself, and I, myself and I. Putting in the time, yeah, putting in the time. We're gonna make it work, cuz. And so these lines repeat again. And I just want to put a slightly different perspective on this. The no one knows me better, in the sense that you have to understand what choices are in your best interest. And I say that especially, I think it's significant that it's a woman that has written this song, along with other songwriters, of course, but it's significant that it's a woman who has written this, because in many ways we are cultivated, we're developed from a young age in such a way that we have to pay attention to everyone else's needs. And yet Here's a woman telling us, hey, pay attention to your own needs first, because you know yourself best. And somebody else can't just, make decisions about your life in isolation without knowing anything about you, including yourself. Um, and it's better for my health in the sense that if we think about, how much um, stress and strain and anxiety and depression women go through, for example, or people go through when they feel out of alignment with who they are, and when they feel that they're doing things just to please someone else or to make a compromise, that their health starts to show that, their body starts to show that very quickly. And so, yes, it's better for your health if you know who you are, what your rhythms are, what excites you or brings you joy, and what causes you pain. So I love that part. And then it says, I'm fine, me, myself, and I. I think this is some kind of superpower, being able to be content in your own company. It
Yes.
is one of the hardest things in the world. And yet, if you can master it, there are, conversations that you'll have, whether it's through journaling or creating art or, finding some way when we can defeat the boredom that comes with sitting down with ourselves. It's the key to unlock this beautiful hidden treasure. And we have explored this in other songs where, we say that the greatest treasure can only be found inside ourselves. Everything else on the outside, it's almost like it has arrows pointing inward, and I think we just get lost in the outside world, but everything on the outside ultimately points inward. So when we want to make a change, we have to go inward. Putting in the time, yeah. And this line just speaks so loudly to me because that is one of the most important excuses that we always give to ourselves is, oh, I don't have time to do this for myself. Oh, I don't have time because I have to do these 10 other things. And in this case, she's saying it right up front and boldly. I'm putting in the time, putting in the time, and repeats it for good measure, because that is the important thing, is to choose to make the time to do this rather than passively saying, I don't feel like I'm worth it, or I feel like I don't have the time because I'm not prioritizing me, you know and we're gonna make it work. Cause I love this line because there's a sense of confidence here, this quiet confidence where the woman is fully integrated with all parts of herself deep inside from the previous verse that you had described. And she knows what her dark side is, she knows what her wise self is all about. And she is confident that no matter what gets thrown her way, they're gonna make it work. And I'll go down to the next part, which is, I guess it's true this way. I was there all along. Wish I would have known it sooner. Could have saved myself from all those losers. Now, this is interesting. She's not
Amazing.
missing any words, but the idea here is that, you know, whenever we begin this journey of getting to know ourselves, there's this real pain and regret that comes up, that I wish I had known it sooner. And the only message that I want to give here is, no matter when you start, it's a good news story. Because for different people, it happens at different stages. And don't forget that everything you walk through, including being with those losers or kissing those frogs, as we say in the dating world, um, it's teaching you something, and not all lessons are going to be comfortable. But if you can extract the wisdom and leave the bitterness, then you have gained from the inevitable failures. And so that's how I like to put it. I could have saved myself from all those losers. Yes, that's a thought we tend to have, but also, again, you can just think of it as a learning experience, and now you're past that. You are in a space where you can choose differently. Let's break it down. Like, you think you're so special to me, don't you? act like you're the master of the bedroom. Well, I can do it too. It's really nothing new. So I think this is more of an anthem for the person themselves, and especially for a woman, because again, our for women, their sexuality is supposed to be such a thing that is all tangled up in the person that they're with. And yet, sometimes people will claim that they are special in a relationship because of the chemistry that they share. And I think it's especially empowering if a woman can say, I know myself in this dimension as well. And so that, there are people out there who will claim, oh, I'm the master of the bedroom, or I'm really good with this. Uh, and yet, if the woman can be good by herself or knows what she likes, then the power dynamic, it's getting at more of the power dynamic in the relationship, is much more even. And in a way, it's not that one is better than the other, but that together they have a beautiful intimacy, for example. And I love that she says it's really nothing new. And I like this because it shows someone that has, again, put in the time to get to know themselves and has done it in a loving way towards themselves, rather than where a lot of, exploration of sexuality is still considered very taboo in different parts of the world, and sometimes has very negative consequences, whether we talk about it in the context of religion or in other dimensions of our life. So it's very interesting. Then this last line says, after 27 years, I think I'm better than you. Yeah. And again, this is sort of aspirational to say that, I have spent some time really getting to know these 27 years worth of patterns and choices and tendencies. And so, yes, I'm better than you, in the sense that I know myself way better than
Yeah.
anyone on the outside can. And again, it repeats. And I'll actually turn it back over to you here, Ivania, to see if there were any lines here that, kind of caught your interest.
Yeah, it was very beautiful put what you were saying and what it's talking about when it says, well, I like you're the master of the bedroom. I really like the fact how you touched it, and I'm not gonna go into it because it was very beautiful how you explained the whole thing, and which I really appreciate. And also when just wanted to say, I just wanted to add on everything that you have read, that I really like the fact that we're gonna make it work. And
Yeah,
also it's like also because she's going into that work.
yeah,
She's actually acknowledging that she's been working maybe unconsciously, but
yeah,
now consciously she's making those decisions and say, no, I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to get to know myself, and I'm going to know what's good for me so I can give it back. So I can teach people how to treat me, or what I want, or what my needs are. Because
yes,
that's why I say, like, I know myself better. So let me show you, let me explain to you, let me have that conversation. Let me have that uncomfortable conversation about, who I am,
yeah,
me, myself, and I. And I really like how beautiful you explain it. And like we talked about on the course, that it's like mantra, it's like repeating ourselves. It's like putting
yeah,
that putting that into our subconscious so it can help us out down the line, because that's when we work automatically. It's coming from the subconscious, so
yeah.
that will help us to identify. And I really like that. I'm going to read the last part. I think we said we're going to make it work. So go. I don't really care what they think or say, it
Mm,
is true. And at this one, we can go do it together. So you can
yeah,
tell me what you think, because as I really don't care what they think or say, it is
yeah,
true. I'm falling, I'm falling for me, and it's going hella great. I don't know what that, like say that. And
yeah,
it says, I don't really care what they think or say, it's true. I'm falling for me, and it's gonna help great.
yeah,
So what I really want to say is that is now we know ourselves entirely,
yeah,
but we discovering our capacities. We are discovering our strength. We are discovering our courage. And the thing is, that will expand. It's not that we have arrived and that's it. So I really like that because it says, I'm falling for me. And when you're falling for you, it's like you continue to discover your inner wisdom. You continue to discover your knowledge. You continue to discover yourself and how you work, what's your approach, what are your values, what are your boundaries, what is it allowed, what is not allowed, and let me share that with you. So you get to know me. So like you said, so we can, when we come with a relationship, it doesn't matter what type of relationship, when you come in more confident. You come in as more like a whole, not that you're not whole, but you stronger. And what other people think about you or say things about you, it won't impact you in any way because you know who you are. And I think for me, that's one of the best things that I can describe it in this song, that it will empowers you to get to know yourself more. There's no end to it.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that. And I just wanted to share here that for me, the message of this song that I'm hearing, and especially in this, I've fallen for me, and it's going hella great. Like I can just feel myself singing that line. That, you know, even when you are in a relationship, this dating yourself should not end, in the sense that the process of discovering now who you are in relation to this other person is a very positive and conscious act that you have to keep doing. And in a way, you're redefining who you are in relation to this person, because in secure attachment, it's going to develop a beautiful interdependence between two people rather than codependence, which is what often happens when one or both people don't know who they are and what they want. So that to me is a very enduring message from this song. And the one line that really rings loudly in my ears is, I don't really care what they think or say. And I really think that that also includes, in some ways, sometimes the mean words or criticism that might come from your partner in a heated moment. I'm not talking about abuse here. I'm talking simply about maybe an unintentional hurtful word exchanged or said, hurtful word said in the heat of the moment. And that if you are so in touch with who you are, what is your authentic self, you can look at the other person and choose whether their words align with your vision of yourself or not. And I think this is such an important point. We made it with another song previously, that when you're friends with your inner critic, and you know they're in your car but they're not driving the vehicle, then the inner critic is there, it serves its purpose, but you are being run with your wise self or your higher self in the driver's seat. Then if someone says mean words to you, your inner voice will not agree with them, and it will still stay calm and move forward positively. But if you have not been able to integrate those parts of yourself and you're still very much being run by the inner critic, then if someone says something mean on the outside, your inside will immediately agree with it and start beating yourself up. And it begins this kind of negative spiral that then, in her words, starts to impact your health. So all of this kind of gets connected back to, you are always dating yourself. You're never single. But a lot of that work, that dating yourself consciously, is happening whether you're in a relationship or single. You're never truly single, because till the last moment on earth, you will have the company of yourself. And that's a beautiful fate, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yes.
I just wanted to share that as kind of the overarching message that I'm taking away from this song. And oh my God, if there ever was, a song that will strongly remind you of all the good reasons to tap into self-love, to anchor and into self-love and begin to integrate these parts of ourselves and really get to know, especially our shadow parts, things that we don't like about ourselves, things that we find annoying about ourselves. And you don't have to like those parts, but you just have to know that they're there and accept yourself. That if we can offer, I think the litmus test is if we can offer self-compassion to ourselves, then we can hold that compassion genuinely for other people. And, it's like the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. And so if you have healed yourself and are continuing to do so, then you're more likely to be compassionate both to yourself and others.
Wow. Yes, I really love, how you explain the whole thing and what you're taking away. And I really love this song, and I can go back and ask myself, actually, I invite you to ask those questions. What is it that I don't like about myself? What are
Mm.
my dark thoughts? What is it that I can do so I can move forward? So not just recognizing that, but find a way to move forward, find a way to put yourself back up. And you can act when you start asking how you can do that, then you open up yourself and be able to see everywhere, because life, the universe is always speaking to you, but you
Yeah.
have to be open, and you're gonna see that you're not the only one that is being there. You're not the only one that is being, it's not accepting for who they are. But once you start opening up yourself and asking those questions and start journaling, like you mentioned, like asking
Yeah.
yourself questions, that's when you start moving the needle from being feeling in the dark place to
Yeah.
bring in light in the dark place. And you are the light. You are the
Beautiful.
one that shines. So with that, we bring our beautiful podcast to close. And I am so grateful for every single one of you. If you like this, what we're doing, please subscribe and like us. And if you think somebody else is gonna like this type of a podcast that we have, send this podcast or any other podcast that we have done. And I am so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you so much. And always create your joy, always create opportunities, always create the lifestyle that you want to live.
Yeah. And be the creator in your life.
Thank you,
Yeah.
and be the creator of life. Thank you so much. So
Bye for now.
bye for now.